imparabile. 1-2 sul tiro di Pellegrini, credo sia stato ancora Abraham a mettere la zampata decisiva, questo lo vedremo dal replay, ma la Roma ha dimezzato lo svantaggio al 40°.
Scored the crucial goal just before 5 minutes before the break.
Brilliant striker's instincts there from Tammy Abraham. He attempted to divert Zaniolo's shot past Maignan, very nearly succeeded, and moments later he did finally find a way past the Milan goalkeeper. Just a bit more purchase on the effort. That's what was able to wrong foot Maignan and give Roma now a foothold in this game. And Abraham once again proving the difference maker for the Giallorossi. Junior Messias, Theo Hernandez, Salamakers between the lines, Giroud tried to give it back to him, might have been able to turn.
Great defending by Smalling. You have to show this to defenders, because when a striker plays a 1-2, you always got caught watching the ball. But I feel Salamakers there. But incredible Roma now, luckily maybe to be just 2-0 down, are back in the game. They will be desperate to keep the score.
3 minutes to play until the break. Daniele Chiffi once again is involved. Gabbia asking what he did wrong. Abraham's 13th goal of the season in all competitions. 7 now in Serie A. Tonali with the corner, it's gone a long way through. Clear pull on the shirt there, surely. Instead it's Junior Messias. Vigna felt he was impeded by Salamakers. Milan get the benefit of the down from the officials. Florenzi. Junior Messias. Salamakers couldn't quite steer it back to the Brazilian. A better ball there from Ibanez, and Pellegrini might have been in the clear. Once again, just as it's been the case all season, a big match between two top sides, living up to the pre-match billing, and now a bit of afters between Theo Hernandez and Karsdorp. It's all kicking off.
There is kind of collision in the middle of the box between Krunic and the Roma player. I think was kind of set pieces, practic from AC Milan, maybe from a training ground. They are trying to free some space in the middle of the box there, and Krunic went body checked by a Roma player. We see the replay, and then
in the meantime, bookings for the Milan captain and left-back Theo Hernandez, and a caution as well for the Roma right-back, Rick Karsdorp. And now Krunic saying go across and have a look at the VAR. The referee, of course, can't do that on his own volition. It would need to be flagged up by the video assistant referee Gianluca Aureliano, who's already shown he's not reluctant to do exactly that. Pellegrini back in the Roma side. And with a point to prove and a point to make. But the Giallorossi fired up after their top scorer, Tammy Abraham, got a goal. That was the challenge from Mkhitaryan on Krunic. Which way do you see that, Manuel?
Yeah, Mkhitaryan obviously cannot see him because he's coming from his back. He's trying to clear the ball there, and as soon as he went to clear the ball, Krunic is there. But I think he realized in the perfect moment there was an AC Milan player, so he took the legs away, or it would have been a penalty 100%.
Daniele Chiffi has told Krunic to make his way off the pitch as per the protocol before he'll be welcomed back on. He's been a busy man so far this season as Daniele Chiffi. This is his 9th match in Serie A this season. A reminder, we're in round 20. These two sides met at the end of October. This is the first campaign in which we do not have the mirror image in terms of the two halves of the season. Zaniolo now penalised, just as he thought. He'd wriggled away from Gabbia. The flag was up for offside.
Yes, was offside, but I think now AC Milan players are fuming because Roma kept the ball. They were expecting them to give AC Milan players the ball back after Hernandez played that ball outside the park to check.
This is good officiating from Daniele Chifi, because he's keeping calm, keeping hold of the game, which is threatening to degenerate and spiral out of control. He just said to Salamakers, let me do the officiating. But now Pellegrini once again is very vocal. We will have 5 added minutes. We're into additional time already at the end of this first half. And the referee will do well now to keep all 22 on the pitch before the break, so things can just settle down a touch.
And now Karsdorp is, I think, blaming someone. I couldn't see what happened there, but I know AC Milan were fuming because Roma kept the ball there after the throw-in.
We heard the Roma fans in good voice after scoring that goal to make it 2-1. Now it's the Milan fans who are jumping and bouncing. They could well be jumping up to within just a point of Inter come full time tonight. And now the red card has been shown, a second yellow. It appears it's a member of the Milan backroom staff who's been shown his marching orders. Someone has said too much. We will restart then with a Milan free kick, but this first half has had everything. A couple of weeks away for the winter break, but Serie A has thankfully lost none of its appeal. We really have been spoiled in these big games so far this season. They've always been laden with goals. There have always been plenty of talking points, and tonight is no exception. Forward by Maignan. Giroud looking to make a nuisance of himself, away by Vertu, and now it's Abraham chasing it down. Maignan came out to help out his compatriot Kalulu.
It's a good position by Milan as a defender. You are so happy when you got a goalkeeper that's always keeping concentration in the game, can read long balls so you can defend as high as possible, knowing your keeper is just covering you over your shoulders.
Karsdorp. Zaniolo away from Gabbia, that's brilliant. Still Zaniolo. And he's gone down too easily under challenge with Tonali. Daniele Chifi looked across to the assistant before making a decision, and it appears a goal kick is the call.
Great play here by Zaniolo. Gabbia was too tight on him. I don't think Tonali did enough to have a penalty, but Zaniolo has to be careful because he's already been booked and he was looking for the penalty. I think Tonali did very well. Just there, didn't want to make any tackle there because it was a great recovery run. No penalty for sure.
Might have been marginal contact on the left leg of Zaniolo, but not enough. Junior Messias meantime. Milan trying to finish the half on a high. Junior Messias away from Vigna. Abraham has intercepted it. This is Mkhitaryan. Roma on the counter. Gabbia watched it well. Away by Kalulu. Krunic knew he was offside. Salamakers wasn't. Smalling timed the challenge to perfection. Karsdorp, brilliant tempo to this game.
Yes, great tackle by Smalling. The last 5 minutes has been great tempo. I think
Krunic. And after 50 pulsating minutes, Daniele Kifi will finally get a break. So too will the 22 players. What a half of football at San Siro. Mourinho's side very quickly trailed by 2-0. First Giroud, then Junior Messias. But Tammy Abraham has made it game on for the second period here. All still to play for. Half-time score at San Siro. Milan 2, Roma 1.
That feeling? That's BetKing. Join us at BetKing.com.
Growing up in a big family, that
feeling?
so we started eating on the floor.
Join us at BetKing.com.
Food and Cokes together. Growing up in a big family,
That feeling?
so we started eating on the floor.
Join us at BetKing.com.
Food and Cokes together. Growing up in a big family,
That feeling?
so we started eating on the floor.
Join us at BetKing.com.
Food and Cokes together. Growing up in a big family,
That feeling?
so we started eating on the floor.
Join us at BetKing.com.
Food and Cokes together. Growing up in a big family,
That feeling? Join us at BetKing.com.
Food and Cokes together. Growing up in a big family.
That feeling?
Okay, now I am right in the main captain's cockpit for this Mi-24 attack helicopter. I'm going
Former teammates, Florenzi up against his parent club this evening. Curiously, since he made his debut in the top flight in 2011, no one has played more matches for Roma than Alessandro Florenzi, and yet paradoxically comes up against them tonight. Kalulu. Florenzi. Well closed down by Pellegrini, who cut short his winter break, was in Dubai, returned home to the capital 4 days prior to schedule to make sure that he would be fit and available in the new year. Having missed those matches, the final 5 games of 2021 after that injury against Torino. Roma are a better side with him in it. They are a team transformed with their skipper. Forward by Maignan. Out by Smalling. That's Vertu. Tonali looking for Junior Messias.
Junior Messias has been very, very decent in the first half. Vigna under all sorts of pressure there. All the AC Milan chances are coming this side, with Messias having the best on the Roma fullback. And again, AC Milan is starting this position, then maybe switch of play, waiting for Teo Hernandez to walk forward.
Tonali tried to do exactly that. His switch didn't quite reach its intended target. Gianluca Mancini. Karsdorp. Zaniolo did well to readjust and sort his feet out. But that's behind Vigna. An easy pass and one which was poorly executed.
That was kind of promising from Roma. The sloppy pass by Zaniolo, who had a couple of chances in the first half, especially one after the AC Milan defender's mistake. Good save by Maignan.
Ibanez dodged a yellow card in the first half. He certainly didn't dodge Giroud there. Went straight into the back of the Milan striker. We may well see Ibrahimovic and perhaps Rebic and Rafael Leao later on. Milan's real issues in terms of their replacements come at the back. This time Ibanez played the ball. Vertu. Mancini. Karsdorp. Pellegrini. Lovely give and go between him and Zaniolo. And had it been a slightly better pass, Roma were in again.
Too long pass by Zaniolo there, because there was a great combination between him and Pellegrini. Great ball in by Karsdorp, then Pellegrini with outside his foot for Zaniolo. One small 1-2 there, but too long for the Roma skipper.
Milan building out from the back, calmly done by Kalulu. Then he looks long for Giroud. Won by Mancini, but this is Krunic. Junior Messias is onside. Junior Messias away from Vigna. And here's a chance for Krunic. Well, he decided against taking the shot, and in the end it was the wrong decision. Ibanez now going the other way.
Again, Messias going past Vigna easily. He's not receiving any help from Ibanez. And there, Messias 1 against 1, different kind of pace compared to Messias, and another chance for AC Milan.
Pellegrini looking for half a yard. The angle was tight, and Florenzi did his job well defensively.
Yes, here good feet by Pellegrini. But Florenzi well defended there.
Coming back to that Milan bench, there are a couple of famous names, albeit their respective fathers were more famous than they necessarily are at this stage of their careers. Because Daniel Maldini is amongst the substitutes, so too is Lapo Nava, who's a 17-year-old goalkeeper, the son of Stefano Nava, who actually came on for Paolo Maldini in the final 7 minutes of the 1994 European Cup final, which Milan won by 4-0 against Barcelona. Brahim Diaz, Theo Hernandez, and still Brahim Diaz once more. He's ridden the challenge and rattled the frame of the goal. Rui Patricio beaten all ends up, and the woodwork this time smiles on Roma. Pellegrini meantime, Zaniolo couldn't take it with him.
Great strike by the Spanish international. Everybody was betting him to shot with his left, so Pellegrini went for a tackle there. Great fit by him, and then a great shot with his right foot there. Rui Patricio lucky, and Roma lucky for them. They just crossed the bar.
Junior Messias once again too quick for Vigna. Kalulu. It was the post which helped out Milan in the first half. Junior Messias able to roll the ball in after Giroud had struck the upright. This time Milan hit the bar, but the ball went to safety, so Roma got the rub of the green and the bounce of the ball this time around. Tonali. Theo Hernandez won't retrieve it. Salamakis is there. Theo Hernandez. Brahim Diaz. Well in by Vertu. Mancini under pressure. He's giving it away to Salamakis. Opportunity knocks again for the Rossoneri. Vertu did well just to force the Belgian wide, but Milan have won a corner.
AC Milan started the second half the same as the first half, putting Roma under pressure. They know if you put Roma defenders under pressure, they will have hard time, because they are not the best technically, and they showed it again when Mancini gave the ball away to AC Milan players.
Tonali with the corner, poor one, swept away by Mkhitaryan, the first man. Zaniolo now, good balance, but he used his arm in the view of the referee.
Yes, I think he helped himself with the hands there. We're gonna see. Yes, there, referee got it right. Zaniolo, we know Zaniolo, Pellegrini, and even Abram have been booked in the first half.
Zaniolo wanted too long. Krunic got back. Roma still have it with Vertu. Ibanez. This is Matthias Vigna. Pellegrini looking for Vigna. He'll get there too. Trying to watch him behind for a corner. But it is just a goal kick.
Another great recovery run from Tonali and Messias there. That's the part. Look there. Great shot. It's great power by Brahim Diaz. Rui Patricio, the ball swerving around in the air. Roma has been lucky now to don't concede.
Rui Patricio's been a good signing for Roma. 7 clean sheets in Serie A. Ever present for the Giallorossi, despite that back problem he had in recent days. His experience has been all important. Had been a problem position for Roma. Had real issues with Paul Lopez. Mirante even had a spell in the side. He's now with Milan. Milan, who have 2 goalkeepers at opposite ends of their respective careers. Nava, who I mentioned, who was born in 2004. Mirante, born 21 years earlier. Pellegrini now driving Roma forward. Krunic is going to pick up a yellow card. And Roma will not be happy with that, more than anything, because Pellegrini is only just back from injury, and that was cynical.
Yes, that was a tactical foul. Pellegrini was just watching the AC Milan back for and waiting the right moment to place the killer pass, the last pass, and put Abraham or Zaniolo in front of the goalie. That's again Brahim Diaz shot there. Ball is not moving there.
Rui Patricio beaten by the flight. It swerved and dipped and very nearly restored the two-goal cushion for the home side. Brahim Diaz, who's been waiting a long while for another goal. He's got 4 this season, but they all came in his first 8 appearances of the campaign. Last time he struck was on the 25th of September. Cristante now having some words before he perhaps prepares to come on. Another look at this challenge on Pellegrini. The plan was never for him to sustain the entire 90 minutes, but Roma will be hopeful he hasn't sustained an injury there, because Krunic certainly signed him down. Krunic looks less comfortable as one of the 2 players in that double pivot than he does further forward in this 4-2-3-1.
Yeah, as you mentioned earlier, when he was at Empoli, he was playing a kind of number 10 position there, helping, yes, out of possession, but he's got great offensive attitude, as you mentioned.
Vertu with the set piece, flicked on this time by Zaniolo. Roma have used that tactic to good effect thus far. Abraham with a couple of clever flicks. The first drew a save from Maignan, the second got the goal, and Zaniolo looking to draw inspiration from his teammate.
Yeah, we've seen something different from AC Milan, because usually they use the castle in this kind of situation, but today, probably, because there is a big difference in size, term, the option for a man-marking situation there.
Hooked away by Ibanez. Pellegrini ran out of pitch. Milan, not for the first time this season, coping well despite several missing players. COVID-19 cases are nothing new this term. Earlier on in the campaign, they were without the likes of Benacer and Giroud, Brahim Diaz and Theo Hernandez. Yet they have been making light of some of those missing members of personnel. Roma, meanwhile, have tended to struggle in the absence of their big players, Pellegrini, but also Abraham when he got suspended ahead of the Inter game. They also missed Karsdorp. Mourinho candidly said yesterday that they can't spend 15 or 20 million on a player like Fiorentina and Atalanta can. Reference to some of the sides that have already made moves in this transfer window. Fiorentina signing Icone. Mkhitaryan for Abraham! It's a fine stop once again from Maignan.
When you leave Roma playing in the space with 40-50 yards, they are incredible. That's a great save, because everybody's maybe expecting Abraham to shot on the front post, then on the other angle, but great save by Moinan again.
Then comes the corner from Vertu, headed away by Krunic at the near post. But for Mike Maignan, Roma could feasibly be in the lead tonight. Rui Patricio hasn't made many saves. Ironically, the one big stop he did make was all in vain, because the penalty was conceded for the handball by Abraham. But the Englishman has gone close on several occasions. On another night, he might have had a hat-trick, but for Maignan's reflexes. Tonali clears away, but straight to Smalling. Mancini now. Shown inside by Salamakers. Zaniolo. Pellegrini. Karsdorp delivers, Gabbia half cleared, Pellegrini's shot, deflected behind for a corner.
And now Roma are pushing AC Milan under pressure. If you leave room for Roma players to play, with room to run into channels, to run into, they are very, very dangerous, as they've shown in.
Pellegrini takes the set piece. Once again, it's Krunic there to intervene. Just need a bit more quality from dead ball situations to try and exploit that relative lack of height in the Milan side that Manuel was referencing. Roma will have another opportunity from a corner here. Giacomo Morelli, who's the Milan number 2, just giving some instructions there to Bakayoko. I wonder whether it might be Krunic who will be withdrawn. Pellegrini's corner. Krunic once again gets his head to it, albeit at the expense of a corner.
Good defending by Krunic, but I think Roma players has to try to beat the front post man, and they will have a chance because they've got all big boys in the middle of the box.
Pellegrini takes it, away by Giroud. And Mignon with the save, not once but twice. Ibanez denied. And the first strike was also repelled. Brilliant goalkeeping once more from Milan's Mike Mignon.
That's another great save. I think he's Mkhitaryan. Great strike, perfect connection there. But as you mentioned earlier, AC Milan has been the better team on the park. But when the Roma got the chance, every time they had the chance to shot on goal, Mignon has been there.
Roma are fired up now. They have plenty of momentum. All of last season, the headlines were dominated by Ciccio Donnarumma. Would he stay? Would he go? Would he extend his contract? Milan and Paolo Maldini in particular knew exactly what they were doing in recruiting Mike Mignon. What a signing he's proven to be. Abraham now trying to link up with Zaniolo. We saw movement on the bench. Ibrahimovic about to be introduced. Roma have boxed Milan in though, and the visitors very much in the ascendancy now. It's just whether they can translate this particular passage of play into a goal. Zaniolo. Florenzi emerges with it. Giroud holding it up, but Ibanez played the ball. Vigna reluctantly goes back to Smalling. Pellegrini. Karsdorp. Pellegrini looks to switch in. Vigna couldn't quite keep it in play.
Yes, Roma now is moving the ball better side to side. They're always trying to find with a switch of play the fullbacks. But now Leao and Bakayoko are coming on for Krunic, as you guessed right. And we will see maybe Messias. Salemakers are coming off.
Timur Bakayoko on for Rade Krunic, and crucially Rafael Leao on for Alexis Salemakers, and this is a massive boost for Milan. Rafael Leao, who has played very well this season, but he hasn't featured since the 4th of December against Salernitana. Picked up a hamstring problem just over a month on from his last game. The Portugal international is back. And this is another headache for Roma, another problem to deal with, because Rafael Leao, arguably the best player in the Milan side at taking on his opposite number and beating an opponent. Mancini given away to Junior Messias. Bakayoko's first touch, an inauspicious one, and then he was able to block the ball forward from Pellegrini. Zaniolo makes it stick. Bakayoko and Tonali, though, did the job. Junior Messias. Vigna got back to help out Roger Ibanez. Vertu. Mkhitaryan, who came close to scoring with that shot from the edge of the box. Teo Hernandez looking to avoid a corner. He's not only managed that, he's got the throw too.
Yes, good defending there by Rafael. Just touch the ball enough to don't lose possession, and Teo Hernandez cleverly gain a throw-in. Now AC Milan with Bakayoko will gain some hate, especially on the set pieces situation.
Cleared away by Kalulu. But it's all Roma at the moment, seeing more of the ball, fashioning all of the chances. They've taken this second half by the scruff of the neck. Mourinho's men sense the opportunity to score an equaliser and then perhaps even build on that. Karsdorp. Zaniolo couldn't sort his feet out. Bakayoko. Florenzi. Junior Messias. Milan could do with just settling now. They do still have the lead, albeit the advantage appears fragile. Rafael Leao trying to step away from Karsdorp.
With Rafael Leao now in the park, AC Milan on the dead side can be very, very dangerous. Teo Hernandez giving the ball to Leao and just overlapping. And they will try to play 2 against 1 against Karsdorp on the Roma right side.
Neat and tidy from Milan. Giroud for Teo Hernandez. This is Tonali. Olivier Giroud again. It's his cross. Brahim Diaz completely unmarked, but he couldn't pick out the top corner.
Great piece of football on the right side. Great ball in by Giroud. Great touch by Brahim Diaz, who was looking for the top corner there. Not far away. Good chance for AC Milan. Again, Messias taking Vigna on, and if Ibanez has to realize that Messias has got different pace and he needs to help his teammates there, because there was a chance for Messias to score the third goal.
Messias cutting inside really well. Milan have won it back. Teo Hernandez for Rafael Leao. Bakayoko. Rafael Leao. Bakayoko. Poked back by Mancini. You sense there will be another goal in this game. We've played 3/4 of the contest. It is still the same scoreline that we saw at half-time. Milan leading by 2-1. Curiously, these sides have met before on Epiphany, La Befana, the 6th of January. That was in 2004. And interestingly, it ended 2-1 to Milan, albeit in the capital. Tonali. Teo Hernandez. Smalling watched the ball. Teo Hernandez has gone down, and Karsdorp, who was booked in the first half, is the man who has clattered Teo Hernandez.
Yes, he needs to be careful, but let me mention Tonali again. He's growing every time, match by match. There was waiting for that one by Teo Hernandez. Perfect pass in. And Teo won a free kick from a dangerous situation. Now they've got Bakayoko and Leao in the middle of the box. That can be dangerous.
Tonali curls it in. Away by Pellegrini. This is Junior Messias. Towards Giroud. Now by Mkhitaryan. Teo Hernandez. It ended up clipping the feet of Gambia. Jean Bertu. Abraham couldn't control. Florenzi took no chances. Giroud. The flag stays down. Giroud's ball in. Away by Smalling, but only as far as Tonali. Now he needs a helping hand. Was that a foul by Mkhitaryan? Yes.
Again, great play by Tonali. Great first touch there, and he's not scared to keep the ball as a proper leader, waiting and great experience. Even considering his young age, went down and won again a good free kick from a dangerous situation. Cristante is coming on for
Vinya has been taken off. Double change, in fact. Vertu also makes his way off, and on comes Brian Cristante, so too Felix Afena-Can, who burst onto the scene with that brace at Marassi against Genoa. Stefan El Shaarawy, once of Milan, is the third and final change for Lorenzo Pellegrini, who lasted 70 minutes. Mourinho shuffling his pack. They say never make substitutions when you're defending a set piece, but we'll see whether that is sage advice or not. Theo Hernandez with the free kick, cleared away by Karsdorp, and Florenzi was just happy to clear it any which way.
Yeah, we said it before, done the same things in the first half, just be sure you're not going to lose the ball and concede a free kick, a counter-attack, sorry. Now we're going to see who's going to play on the left side position. I think Ibanez or El Shaarawy will play instead of Vinya.
We mentioned what an opportunity this was for Milan today, with Inter not playing, nor have Atalanta been in action either. Their match earlier on against Torino. But there's also an opportunity for Roma, because Atalanta haven't played. Napoli not guaranteed to beat Juventus, nor are the Bianconeri sure of beating the Azzurri. And Roma know they have a big game themselves coming up at the weekend. They entertain Juventus. 2 crunch matches to start the new year. Mourinho would have been targeting 6 points. As things stand, they're on the receiving end of another defeat, unless Abraham et al. Can make something happen. Was Abraham caught? No, says Daniele Chiffi, Junior Messias, Sandro Tonali. Tonali's given it away to Mkhitaryan. Felix Afena-Can, dispossessed by Bakayoko. Bakayoko more natural in that position than Krunic was prior to him. For Milan with fewer options. Rafael Leao. Karsdorp did well to recover.
Good defending there, because the first touch by Leao was decent and the second one was not the best, so Karsdorp had the time to recover. But AC Milan will look to find Theo or Leao on that side.
They found Theo on that side indeed. Was that a foul by Karsdorp? It's a second yellow card. Roma down to 10. The small mercy for the Giallorossi is that the challenge took place just outside the box. It won't be a penalty, but Roma will be a man light for what remains of this one. And once again, it's advantage Milan.
I think was in the Pioli's head, trying to put Karsdorp under pressure with Leao playing there and Theo Hernandez overlapping. Late challenge. He was sure to get the ball, but Theo Hernandez too fast there, touched the ball, went down. Second yellow now. Roma will play the last part of the game with 10 men.
Karsdorp was suspended for the Inter game. Ibanez played at right back, and Roma were beaten by 3-0 by the Nerazzurri. Karsdorp will be suspended against Juventus, but Roma have more pressing concerns. They still trail to Milan, and now they're a man line. They could do with a helping hand from the transfer window in that position, linked with Maitland-Niles of Arsenal. But they have a free kick to defend here. Florenzi strikes it against the frame of the goal. Still there for Junior Messias. There are a couple of players down in the middle, and because it's a head injury, the referee has had to stop play. Well, he scored a free kick against Empoli for his first goal in Milan colours. That is a strike he would certainly not have celebrated, Manuel, but so close to making it 3-1.
That's a great free kick by Florenzi. Somebody asked him after the goal he scored, why he was not taking any free kicks before. He said, look, I played with some players, Pjanic, Neymar, these kind of players. I was maybe the 10th who should have taken that, but now he's showing some great skills from a set pieces situation.
Eldor. Snatched a point against Empoli earlier on. But Juventus know if they can beat Napoli. Here's Rafael Leao meantime. Mancini penalised now as he kicked the ball away. But on this evidence, that's what Salamakis is asking for, a yellow card. Can you see Roma beating Juventus in the capital on Sunday?
It's going to be another special game, especially after losing this match. I think Mourinho will be on desperate to get the 3 points against Juventus, but that shows that's the replay on the penalty. I agree with the referee there. Yes, Ibanez went first on the ball, but Zlatan is trying to avoid that contact. But we've seen again this kind of free kick, Leao won. It can make the difference. When you play with Ibra or Giroud, that players like to receive the ball in their feet, you need somebody who's attacking the defenders over their shoulders. And with Leao pace, that's a completely different AC Milan asset going forward.
Mourinho said he feels he's doing a great job at Roma, despite not necessarily winning trophies. They look a long way off silverware, the Giallorossi. Junior Messias with the set piece, away by Mkhitaryan. But it is a worrying trend how often they are conceding goals. And now Daniel Maldini is going to get a run out. Brahim Diaz came so close to ending his goal-scoring drought, but a good performance from the Spaniard nonetheless.
Yes, he started the campaign very well, as you mentioned, with the 4 goals in the first 8-10 matches. Then he had a couple of injuries, but now look like he's back at his best. And he can be another player with Milan. Will be happy to have at his best across with Leao.
Credit to Gambia and Kalulu, they have got the job done this evening. Eyebrows would have been raised when the team news broke. There were rumours about Calabria, Tomori and Romagnoli not being available. The Milan have coped well in the absence of their senior players at the back. Forward by El Shaarawy. It's easy for Maignan. Milan's task slightly easier than Roma's on Sunday. They have the lunch match, the 12:30 kickoff at the Penso against Venezia. But as things stand, Milan moving on to 45 points and within 1 of Inter. Given that Inter were due to play at 12:30 today, Milan could have found themselves trailing by 7 at kickoff tonight. Instead, if they win in Venice on Sunday, they could go 2 points clear before Inter play themselves against Lazio.
Yes, these are 3 massive points, especially considering so many players missing at the start. AC Milan starting 11, and you mentioned Gabi and Kalulu. Especially Gabi has been very good, but in the last game against Fiorentina, went under bit of pressure playing against Vlahovic is not easy.
Given away by Smalling, straight to Rafael Leao. Tonali. 1 minute plus added time is all that separates Milan from a great win, a statement victory to begin 2022. And unlike Roma, they have recorded several of these this season. They've beaten Lazio and Atalanta. They're about to do the double over the Giallorossi. In fact, it will be 3 straight league wins against Roma for the first time since 1996. That's so long ago that Fabio Capello was still in charge of Milan. Mazzone was the Roma boss. And Roma have real work to do. Maldini, Bakayoko, Tonali, Junior Messias, another unsung hero tonight, Ibrahimovic, Junior Messias, Rafael Leao, Ibrahimovic for number 4. Instead he tried to tee up Maldini. Still there for the Rossoneri, and the flag goes up. Should Ibrahimovic have gone for goal himself, or was he offside in any case?
I'm not sure how many passes AC Milan made before this chance. Great ball in by Leao. I think Zlatan, they are unselfish there, trying to place the ball in for Maldini. Great football by AC Milan.
We're into 4 added minutes at the end of this match. Cristante. It's an ambitious ball, which nearly reached El Shaarawy. Tonali's lost it to Mkhitaryan.
Hello and welcome to Red
It's a foul the way of the visitors. Tonali adjudged to have caught Henrik Mkhitaryan.
Yes, good play by Mkhitaryan there, but let's see the goal again. Soon as the ball is played in the air for Ibra, Leao starts to run there. The great finish. Great chest touch by Ibra. In his book, he said now he's happier if somebody is scoring instead of him. In the last action, he was maybe ready to let Maldini score. That's the Ibra change in the course of his career.
Mkhitaryan with the ball in. Mignon watches it behind. Ibrahimovic turned provider. Ricky Massara and Paolo Maldini have certainly done a good job in piecing this team together, signing the right personnel, finding the right blend, and above all, the right man at the helm, Stefano Pioli. What a job he's done. Roger Ibanez, he was impeded. It is a world away from some of the early signings that Milan made when Elliott took over. The likes of Gonzalo Higuain, Lucas Paquetá, Krzysztof Piątek. Here's Rafael Leao, looking for another one. It's a penalty. Mancini can't believe it, and Roma will end the game with 9. Karsdorp sent off for 2 bookable offences, and Mancini will join him. Shoulder to shoulder, he claims, but the pace of Rafael Leao once again has done the damage. It is a sorry end to the 9 for the Giallorossi, and Milan can begin the new year with a 4-1 victory.
Yes, completely different pace there. You cannot stop Leao in this kind of situation. And sometimes you have to use your... I know it's hard, but now Ibra...
Giroud took the first penalty after just 8 minutes. And now, deep into added time, can Ibrahimovic round things off? Ibrahimovic saved by Rui Patricio. And in the end, it's not quite the icing on the cake for the home side. Rui Patricio restores a bit of pride for Roma. And now a Fenechan at the other end. Dispossessed by Kalulu. And Ibrahimovic spurns the opportunity from 12 yards. I wonder how often that has happened. On the same day that Immobile had a penalty saved, Ibrahimovic has also been denied from 12 yards. It is still not the result that Roma would have wanted. The Giallorossi second best. A blemish for Ibrahimovic, but it doesn't spoil the overall result for Milan. Too good tonight against Roma. 3 goals from 3 different scorers. First, Olivier Giroud, then Junior Messias. And after Abraham's goal, it made things interesting. Rafael Leao grabbed the all-important third off the bench. Roma once again struggling against one of their rivals, and they face Juventus next with some key absentees. Milan moved to within just 1 point of the Serie summit, and they can go top for a few hours at least by winning in Venice on Sunday. I'll leave you with the final score at San Siro. It is finished. Milan 3, Roma 1.
Sotto